Folks, you know that if Walt Disney was actually dead and not frozen in a chamber somewhere awaiting the cure to cancer, he'd be spinning in his grave so fast, he'd probably set the coffin on fire. Disney has erupted into a bastion of woke nonsense over the past few decades, and the process only accelerated in recent years. We've been talking about it. I'm pleased to come before you today and let you know that they're all better now. That's right. In a recent report from Variety, it was revealed that Disney Plus won't be accepting ads for alcohol or politics. Now, I know that it's not very fair of me to tell you something like that and then interrupt the beginning of the ticker tape parade you were no doubt organizing to tell you, who cares? The logic is clear, of course. Disney, it just slipped its toe out even further into the crazy pool than usual recently, particularly in Florida, and they got it stomped on by an elephant. So now they're licking their wounds, but also trying to signal to all the people who dropped their subscriptions in the past few months. They're trying to make up for it. It's a real baby comeback. Anyway, I went into my 80s yacht rock. Baby, come back. It really shouldn't work, folks. First of all, when I say who cares, I mean this. Why would they be running ads for alcohol and or politics on a family-friendly streaming service in the first place? What should we congratulate them now because they don't have strippers dancing the pole between shows? Actually, I'd probably be more likely to subscribe if they did. Chris, maybe we should add that to the show. I don't know. Anyway, the other thing is that we shouldn't fall for this chastened Disney front, because that's what it is. When you have most of the same people who were in charge of creating content now as you had before, you haven't changed anything. You're just taking a break from being open about your agenda, and you're throwing out token gestures at the public to try to stop the bleeding. Now, I might have some mixed metaphors there, but you get the idea. Disney at this point would basically have to start completely over and rebuild from the ground up for the more conservative-minded among us to be able to even think about trusting them ever again. And in the meantime, I couldn't care less that they're not going to run ads about alcohol or politics. I just want you to do better, Disney. Do so much better. And maybe then we'll talk, but still probably not. Have you been keeping up with this Disney thing, this nonsense that's out there, the leaked stuff where they're wanting at least 50% of their characters to be LGBTQ and all this kind of stuff, because the cartoons have to be gay?
I love that they're mad that people heard about it. That it's like, hey, we're mad you're paying attention, but it is token gestures. That's all it is at this point, because they're seeing their bottom line, and they're seeing other entities pop up and say, hey, we'll make kids content for you, or hey, come over here. We have already had this content for so long. It's just being like pressed out by all the Disney stuff. But I think this is a great opportunity to talk about how conservatives finally are pushing back, because what it used to be is conservatives would get pushed on and pushed on and pushed on, and they're like, okay, I'm going to be nice, I'm going to be happy, I'm going to be whatever, and then finally they would get to their limit and say, hey, this is as far as you're going to be able to push, and that's fine, right? But conservatives have gotten so nice and so polite. The problem is one day they're going to wake up, the war is over, and they're going to realize they never even put on their helmet or grab their sword for the battle, right? And so with conservatives going on the offense now, you can be bombastic and you can be rude, but at the same time, what is going to be better than pushing back on these entities that are trying to put stuff into your kids' brains because they know you're not paying attention?